Hello, YouTube divers. This is Water 122, and I want to welcome you all to another episode of Magic Metal Mondays. We're returning back to Savatage, but not for an album review. We're going to be doing a song ranking of theirs. Now, I've already talked to death about Savatage on this channel. I did an album ranking of theirs. I reviewed 4 of their albums, and now I'm doing a song ranking of theirs. And eventually I will get into Trans-Siberian Orchestra because, you know, it's Trans-Siberian freaking Orchestra. And once I finish listening to their entire discography, you will see a album ranking of theirs on Magic Metal Monday, so stay in tune for that. Although that might come in a little, like in a couple, maybe in a couple weeks or a couple months, depending on how long it takes for me to listen to all 6 of their regular studio albums. So, yeah, with that said, Trans-Siberian Orchestra ranking it will be coming up soon. Just depends on how long I have of listening to their discography. With Sabotage, it took me only a couple days, so I think for Trans-Siberian Orchestra, it might take me maybe 1 or 2 days, but, you know, who knows. Anyway, back to Sabotage. So, Sabotage has been the band that has grown to be one of my absolute favorites the quickest. They are a freaking amazing band. They're just outside of my top 10 all-time favorite bands. But overall, Savatage has quickly grown to being one of my absolute favorite bands of all time. And they are heavily underrated. I suggest anyone, especially if you're a fan of Trans-Siberian Orchestra, go back and listen to Savatage, because they are phenomenal. Now, to the song ranking. Today we are going to be going over my top 10 favorite Savatage songs. Now, a lot of these songs, 4 of these songs, are title tracks, so, from a couple of particular albums. So, I'll just basically say the title track of insert album name here, from, of course, the year it came out. So, without further ado, let's get started. Coming in at number 10, we are going to go with Holocaust from the 1983 album Sirens. This is the best song off of Sirens, by far. And I know from my Sabotage album ranking, I'm not generally a big fan of Sirens when it comes to the Sabotage discography, but as an album by itself, it is freaking killer. Now, I only put the album low on my Savatage ranking because, you know, I just think Savatage released better albums. But songs like Holocaust definitely give it major bonus points. It is the second overall song off this record, and my goodness gracious, does it start off this album with a bang. Like, you're coming off of the iconic title track Sirens, and then you follow it up with an even better song in Holocaust. I mean, that riff, the main riff of the song, is just so heavy. It is so amazing that I can't get enough of it. I love it every time I listen to this song. And yeah, it's kind of hard, and for me, it's kind of hard to hear what John Oliva's vocals are saying, what John Oliva is saying, what John Oliva's singing. But overall, that doesn't downgrade the song at all. I absolutely love this track, and I will come back to it time and time and time again when I'm re-listening to Savatage. So with that said, Holocaust from the Sirens album from 1983, coming here number 10. Number 9, When the Crowds Are Gone from Gutter Ballet, which came out in 1989. Oh lordy, this is a freaking heavy-hitting power ballad single. This song is freaking killer. It has got to be one of the best power ballads in the entire progressive metal genre. It is just so freaking amazing. And the video is freaking amazing. Playing in an abandoned theater to an empty audience, and Chris Oliva playing that amazing guitar solo in the second half of the song in the video, he's playing it to a ghost. Oh my god, I bet the ghost loved it. I mean, I loved it. That solo is one of my favorites from him, and it's honestly one of the reasons why he's one of my favorite guitar players. So sad that he's dead. So sad. But yeah, this song is freaking amazing. I can't say it enough. When the crowds are gone, everything from Chris Oliva's amazing guitar playing to John Oliva's kick butt vocals and piano playing, especially in like the final chorus where he's just screaming his lungs out, and it just sounds so good. Like, you can tell that he did some work on his voice between Hall of the Mountain King and Gutter Ballet, because on Gutter Ballet, his screams sound so much pristine, so much clearer, so much raspier, like almost going into that Lemmy from Motorhead type of territory. John Oliva, he's one of my favorite vocalists. He's got lungs. That's for sure. And it's on full display here on When the Crowds Are Gone. Amazing song. Second favorite track off of Gutter Ballet. For my favorites coming up soon, so stay in tune. Okay, now moving on to number 8. We've got the title track from the Edge of Thorns album from 1983. Simply entitled Edge of Thorns. This opens up Edge of Thorns, and oh my god, is this one of the best album openers in progressive metal. I mean, and what a way to kickstart a new era of Savatage, because this is the first album, the first song, really the first album to feature their second singer, Zachary Stevens. And I do prefer John Oliva when you throw those two up hand in hand. But Zachary Stevens, in of his own self, is a freaking amazing singer, and he's talented. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, and it's on full display here on this song. I really feel like that the title track from Edge of Thorns is really his coming out moment as a singer. Like, if John Oliva's not here right now, here's why I joined this freaking band. I'm going to show you what I can do. And he displays that beautifully on this song. And he really does that throughout the rest of the album. But here, it's at its peak. It doesn't get better than that on the entire album. And it's a big reason why Edge of Thorns is my second favorite Savatage record. So, yeah. Alright, so with that said, the title track from Edge of Thorns coming in here at number 8. Number 7 is The Hourglass from Wake of Magellan from 1997. Easily my favorite song off of Wake of Magellan. Wake of Magellan, as I said on the Savatage record, on the Savatage rankings, I love this album. Hourglass is a big reason why. This has got to be one of their best epics. It is over 8 minutes long, but not a single second is wasted. And especially that midsection where Zach's vocals just completely and utterly go together with the instrumentation so beautifully. And his low singing voice is on display here as well, at the beginning and at the very end. He's just got so much soul when he sings, and it's a big reason why I love Zachary Stevens, even though I do prefer John Oliva. But I'll say time and time again, Zachary Stevens is a freaking amazing singer. So yeah, with that said, The Hourglass from Wake of Magellan coming in here at number 7. Now we move on to number 6. This is my favorite song from the Gutter Ballet album from 1989. It's, the title track. Gutter Ballet, the song, is my favorite track off of Gutter Ballet, the album, if that makes sense. If you're going to follow up arguably a freaking amazing opener that is Of Rage and War, how are you going to do it but with a bigger and better song? And I feel like Gutter Ballet does it excellent here. When I say Gutter Ballet, I mean the song. But it opens up with one of the most iconic piano parts in all of metal, and I suggest to any of you beginner piano players, give this song a listen and learn the notes on the first part, because it's a really great way to warm up when you're about to play piano. Just my suggestion. I don't play piano, but I just suggest anyone who is taking piano lessons, or things of that nature, to give this song a listen. So you might find a good warm up technique there. Anyways, this was the first song that I learned on guitar from Savatage. This was my first Savatage song I learned on guitar, and it's freaking amazing. Definitely one of the most fun songs to play on guitar. Has some of the best guitar solos from Chris Oliva. One of the best vocal performances from John Oliva. Of course, the rhythm section of Johnny Lee Middleton and Steve Wachholtz is just perfection. And once again, the video of them playing in an alleyway with an orchestra. I love it. I freaking love it. And this was really the first song of Savatage that really started to flirt with the Broadway theatrical musical type of direction that they would go into in later albums. I'm looking at You Streets, a rock opera, and Dead When You're Dead. But overall, this song is one of the many reasons why I love the album Gutter Ballet. Easily my favorite off of this record. It doesn't really get any better from there, but although When the Crowds Are Gone is a very close second. Okay, now we enter the top 5, and these all could be very interchangeable any given day. These 5 picks are interchangeable based on my mood, how I feel about the songs at that given moment. But as of right now, here is my top 5. Number 5 is Strange Wings from 1987, Hall of the Mountain King. For a while, this was my favorite song off of Hall of the Mountain King, but 2 other songs off that masterpiece of an album, just slightly edged it. This is one of the rare songs that features a guest artist, Ray Gillen from Badlands, and no, he is not related to Ian Gillan of Deep Purple, by the way. Ray Gillen from Badlands makes a guest vocal appearance on the 2 choruses and at the very end, where he has that amazing high range duet with John Oliva, and my goodness, do those 2 singers go hand in hand. It's just so great. It's one of the more commercial sounding songs off of Hall of the Mountain King, but it's still one of the best tracks on the album. I can't say it enough. I love Strange Wings. And like I said, for a while, it was my favorite song off of Hall of the Mountain King. But it's here at number 5 because there are 4 other songs that overtook it. So let's figure out what they are. At number 4, we have Castles Burning from Handful of Rain from 1994. This is, in my opinion, the best song from the Zachary Stevens era. It's just so dark. It's so menacing. It's just so good. And really, this is one of the songs that makes me to believe that Handful of Rain was really an album that was dedicated to Chris Oliva. It really shows off that grieving type of atmosphere that I've talked endlessly about Handful of Rain. And if I said it once, I'll say it again. Castles Burning is the exact number 1 reason why I love Handful of Rain the way I do, and why I think it is Savatage's most underrated album. Yeah, Castles Burning is just a masterpiece of a song, and I can't help but wonder if this was one of the songs on the album that was dedicated to Chris Oliva. Maybe it wasn't, but I personally think it is. It's one of the more depressing, if I could call it that way, songs on Handful of Rain, And that's saying something because Handful of Rain has a lot of dark and depressing songs. Another reason why I love it. But overall, Castles Burning does it more correctly than any other song on the album. And it's a masterpiece. I love that song. Easily my favorite song off of Handful of Rain, and easily my favorite song from the Zachary Stevens era. Go listen to it now. Okay, now my top 3. I just want to preface that 2 of these next 3 picks are from the same album, so try to bear with me here. Number 3, I have 24 Hours Ago from Hall of the Mountain King, released in 1987. Lordy jeez, now this was a song that I started liking, started loving in preparation for this video. But the first time I listened to it, I was listening to Savatage for the very first time. I listened to this album for the very first time, and I gotta say, I liked it. But hearing it over and over and over again, I can't stop listening to it. John Oliva's high vocal range is on full display here, and he does it so well. I wouldn't try singing that song because it'll likely blow out your vocal cords. Most likely. Like, if you try to sing it in that John Oliva style, you better have a strong set of vocal cords, or otherwise, yeah, things are not going to end up well for you. Chris Oliva, again, his guitar playing is absolutely on fire on this song. And, again, it has one of my favorite Chris Oliva solos ever. Ever. Out of all the songs on Sabatage's discography, this song has one of my favorites from him. It is just so good. Especially when he has that, like, interlude and that woo! That was a horrible impression, I know, but that part where he's just doing like bar dips and stuff, it's just so good. And it just blows you away if you're a first time listener. There's really not, in my opinion, there's really not another guitar player that can do what Chris Oliva can do. And like I said earlier, I am so sad that he is dead. I really think Sabotage could have been one of the biggest bands in the world if he didn't die in that car accident. But overall, 24 Hours Ago, masterpiece. Although the video might be a little bit bland, it's still a great video, nonetheless. And it's one of the reasons why I want to see Savatage / Trans-Siberian Orchestra in concert. So, that's a good thing right there. Now, with that said, we are moving on to number 2. Number 2 is the title track from Power of the Night from 1985. I might have said this on my Power of the Night album review. I could be very, very wrong. But this is one of my favorite. This is one of the greatest title tracks that Savatage ever made. And it's very fun to play on guitar. I just recently learned how to play that song on guitar, and my goodness, it's fun. It's freaking heck to play on the guitar. And, again, another one of my favorite Chris Oliva guitar solos is on here. John Oliva, one of the songs where I really feel like he's at his peak. And this is a great way to open up one of their best albums in Power of the Night. I just love this song, and it's my second favorite Sabotage song of all time, so there you go. And now we get to number 1. For a long time, this song would have likely been like maybe number 6, number 5, somewhere around there. But through time, this song has grown on me, and it has aged very well. We are talking about the title track from Hall of the Mountain King from 1987. From everything from the kick butt music video to the amazing guitar solos to the amazing vocal performances to the amazing concept, everything about Hall of the Mountain King, the song, is a masterpiece. Everything is top-notch perfect. There's not a dull second of this song. And even the very end, where it's just, like maybe 1 or 2 or 3 chords. It is just so amazing. What more do you want me to tell you? Um, the music video was the first one that they ever made. What a way to start. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the music video right now. It is so flippin' amazing. I cannot recommend Hall of the Mountain King, the song, enough. It is my favorite Savatage song on my favorite Savatage album. It is perfect. It's a great song. And with that said, that concludes this edition of Magic Metal Mondays. Thank you so much for watching, my fellow YouTube divers. This is Water Eye 122 signing out, ready to dive into more fun on YouTube. Thanks for watching.